Okay, welcome. Hi, I'm Fred, and I will be your host on this little show. Welcome to MOGWAI Productions. MOGWAI Productions, well, we're not a big thing, we're not a small thing, we're actually a little bunch of guys playing together with a small other bunch of guys going pew pew in space. So, welcome to our little show. Now, the intent of this little show is to give you an idea of the ships we use in Fiery Void. Fiery Void is a free browser game, completely free, so there's no commercial gain whatsoever. We're just trying to get together in space and, well, give each other the chance to zap each other. Mainly, it is an offshoot of Ancients of Gaming old Babylon 5 tabletop game. But if you want to know more about that, I suggest you check out the links I will provide to you at the end of this little show to check out our podcast, our YouTube channel, our Discord, our Facebook page. We've been doing this for a long time now, so if you haven't heard of us, shame on you, also shame on us. But what we are doing now is making small shows, me only talking to you, giving you an idea of what is out there, what ships you can fly, what are the good ships, what are the bad ships, how can you make the bad ships better, and, well, stuff like that. So, since I am mainly a Centauri player, I thought about doing this, well, commencing with the Centauri and commencing with the Razik light fighter stuff you will already see on the board next to me. Also, take in mind, this is the first show. I am an amateur, so I'm trying to cobble together some OBS stuff, some overlays, some stuff I made myself. If it seems amateuristic, well, it is amateuristic, but I hope to get better in time. Well, thanks for your patience, by the way. So, let's get to the Razik. As you can see here, the Razik is a light fighter. It costs only 30 points, so that's not a lot. There are light fighters, medium fighters, heavy fighters, super heavy fighters, and then there are also ultra lights, by the way, but they're not that common. So we are going to get down with some stats, and those stats may not seem familiar to you. They will seem familiar to you if you play the Fiery Void game. Again, come join us. If it doesn't, well, then the Razik is just a fighter, a Centauri fighter few that you may know from the artwork. Well, we're not going to get much on the artwork now. We're going to, well, get down on the stats. So this little thingamabob here is the Razik. This is the gun. And, there's my pointer. That helps. So the 180 is how much it costs to have a full flight. A full flight is 6 fighters. It's a common fighter. And actually, it's not a fighter the Centauri uses a lot. So the Sentry is the more known fighter. You will know it by its crescent shape. I will do a spotlight on the Sentry later on, but this is the Razik. And this is how it looks in our little game with the gun of the Razik there. The particle gun. So some stats. It is 8 hull, which is not a lot. 8 hull. It has it can fly. It can turn as well as any other fighter. It has a reasonably small profile. Initiative of 100, and this is the armor. This is the armor up front. 1. So if you shoot it up front, it only has 1 armor. 2 from the side, 1 from the back, and thrust 14. Well, is that a lot? Well, yeah, it is a lot, and I will show you. This is something, by the way, on this side. This is the Fighter Explorer. It's an app I'm going to put online. It's something me and some AI buddies put together, so you can better check out all the fighters in the game, by the way. I've narrowed it down to the light fighters, so these are all the light fighters. If you want, you can add the medium fighters and then the graphics will change, for instance. You can also make the list on if it's missile capable or not, if it has a shield, a jammer, and such. So there are a lot of possibilities to see what one you want. Here on the top, we have the x-axis, the thrust, and the point cost. So if, for instance, we have 14 trust, here's the Razik, 14 trust and 30 points. And the little blue dots here are the other fighters that are worse than it. Well, if you look at trust, by the way. So the Star Snakes from the Drazi, they cost 40 points, so they are more expensive, and they only have 13 trust. So here on the top, you can check, for instance, Hull. Where is the Razik in Hull? That's a Templar, that's the game Reska, the Drazi Star Snakes, and the Centauri Razik. So Razik, sometimes I say Razik, sometimes I say Razik. It's my European heritage. I'm sorry for that, by the way. And here on the lower end, it's a Colonial Viper I also made, by the way. So the Razik is here in the middle, and you can check out all the stats compared to the others. So you can actually make the penultimate light fighter. You can choose the penultimate light fighter. Well, more about the Razik here. The particle gun, it has an offensive bonus of 25. So if we take offensive bonus here, then you can see that the Razik is at the top level. There is the Falcosi, it's the same, and the Star Snakes are the same as well. For instance, should you want to add tier 2 fighters, that's also possible, then you have them in green, tier 2 fighters, and you can see that the Rebel A-Wing, also a custom unit, has the same offensive bonus as the Razik. So you can have a lot of fun with this data model. I will add later data models of all the ships. That's a little project I'm doing as well. So look forward to that, to be able to put all the ships together and see what are the best, what are the most expensive, and who sucks the most. We'll see about that. So the Razik Light Fighter has a particle gun. It only has a particle gun with a damage output of 2 to 7, which is not a lot. So why use the Razik? Well, the Razik, you can use it if you don't have not enough points to buy a Sentry. Sentry costs 225, 252, 252, I think. So if you only have 200 points, buy a flight of Raziks. Why not? You can use them for interception. They also have a possibility to intercept your the missiles that come towards your ships. And they are little harassers. They can take on other light fighters. Do not use them to attack ships because they just won't go through the armor. But their initiative is good. Their trust is good. From the side 2 armor, hey, if you can draw all the shots in your side, 2 armor is not too shabby. 8 hull is not a lot, but hey, compared to other light fighters, the Razik can still pull its punches. I don't use it myself because I try to make my fleets so I can incorporate sentries, which are, well, better in every aspect. Well, this is a little description of the sentry. It also says that it has a greater agility than the sentry, the Razik, but it's inferior in nearly every other way, so it's actually obsolete. It does have its uses, like I said before. Now, the competition, I took the liberty of grabbing a few other light fighters and putting it next to it. So you have the Templar Interceptor flight, the Orieni, also a light fighter, 111 armor, so the Razik has more armor from the left. It has more trust than the Templar Interceptor. The only drawback is its guns, it does matter damage. So only 126, so less than the Razik, but matter damage, well, it goes through armor, so it can also damage ships, the Interceptor. So is it better? In some cases, it does. The Delta 5 light fighters, the most common used in the show, Raiders use them a lot. More damage in its gun, worse offensive bonus than the Razik, so it hits, well, less often. 2 armor up front, so better to take it head on, for the Delta 5 of course, but less hull and only 9 trust, so it has 5 less thrust than the Razik, which is really a problem. So inferior and a little more expensive than the Razik. And to make the end of the list, the Falcosi light fighter, a brigade fighter, and armor about the same, but in the front. Thrust a little less, a little more hull. So comparable actually to the Razik, but the main advantage here is that it's also more expensive, by the way, is the damage output of the graphitic light bolt. It always does 7 damage, so you always have consistent damage. While if you go to the Razik, it only has 2 to 7. So the best possible shot the Razik can do with its guns is every shot the Falcosi can do, which makes an enormous amount of difference. There are also variants. So the Razik has the Razik torpedo fighter. It's rare, so you can only take 1 flight every 8 flights. I want to say it's a little bit more expensive. So you're not going to have a full complement of Razik torpedo fighters. Nope, just 1 possibly. And you're going to have to pay separately for the torpedoes. The light ballistic torpedo has a decent offensive bonus, and it can shoot from range 25, which for a fighter is a long way. So it can shoot its torpedoes, do a fair amount of damage, I believe, between 2 to 12, so you can be really lucky there and do some damage. On the other hand, it can also do the torpedoes 2 damage, and then it doesn't go through armor. So, and then you basically wasted the points. So, is this worth it, this variant? No, it's good for flavor. It's good to give a small sucker punch and leave a bloody nose, but after the torpedoes are gone, you're just stuck with a standard Razik with less thrust. Is it worth it? It's up to you, by the way. But I never really, took it, so... Well, there you go. That's the Razik. Now, I took the liberty to get us into space and make a little game. I'm going to take back... This is a nifty button. I mean, you can just shut down the background. This is actually a Fiery Void. If you've never been in the game, this is how it looks. This is the initiative. So the little scenario I took was we have a lone Balvaran carrier with 36 Razik light fighters. That puts you on about 1,600 points, 1,640 points. So you can easily take that into 3,500 points, no problem. It doesn't have a lot of, merit, by the way. The Balvaran is not a great carrier. It's not... We're going to get down on the Balvaran later, so... and we have our little Razik fighters, and I took 36 of them. So the competition is 1 flight of Falcosi, 2 flights, it's 12 fighters, 2 flights of Falcosi fighters, 2 flights of Delta 5, 2 flights of Templar Interceptor flights, and a lone Sentry Interceptor flights. Those are the enemies, and they are trying to take down the Balvaran carrier. So this launched its fighters, and they managed to have some decent initiative. So the Razik, with their superior initiative, managed to get behind the Delta 5s. They managed to get on the side of the Interceptors, and they managed to get on the side of the Falcosi, who, at the last possible moment, did a combat pivot to take the Razik head on. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to see that I can do some... am I on the right side here? I'm not sure if I'm on the right side. Because normally I thought about doing... Wait, let me just switch to my other account, because I'm playing myself here. Ah, there you go. There you go, fire orders. This is what I was looking for. So I will do the fire orders. I will take this Razik flights, activate all the particle guns, and I see I have decent amount to hit the Falcosi, so I'm going to do that. There. These I will activate as well, and they are going to shoot up the ass of the, pardon my French, up the ass of the Delta 5s, which have a smaller profile, so more difficult to hit. and these little guys will take on the interceptors from the side. The other fighters, I already have had them allocate their fire towards the carrier, or in this case, to the Falcosi. So, we'll see what happens here. So, no fire orders for the Balvarant. That's okay, I'm not gonna fire the thing. So, it's calculating now, and normally I should get results. There you go. Initial orders are done. I'm going to the firing phase. I'm going to press play and we'll see what happens. So the sentries are taking me down. The Razik are really not hitting the Templars. The Falcosi are tearing me a new one. I'm taking out some Delta Vs, which is good. Hey, I'm taking down a lot Delta Vs. I'm taking 1 Falcosi, 2 Falcosi, 3 Falcosi, 4 Falcosi. Hey, not too shabby. And there are some shots on the ship as well. Ow, ow. Right, that's it. So, we'll get back to the game and see what actually happened. The Balverin almost lost a complete front to the Templar Interceptors. Told you those were nasty, which is not... these were not shot at because they had great initiative. I took down 1 Templar Interceptor. Great shooting, guys. This is a flight that was shot by the sentries. 1, 2, 3, 4 got blasted away. Well, they did a number on the Delta 5, so half of the flight is obliterated. Also a fair amount of Falcosi, sure, why not? And this flight got the end of the, well, the pointy end of the stick, and really got damaged and obliterated by the Falcosi. I told you, 7 standard damage is a lot. So, well, that was the Razik. As you've seen, it can do something. It cannot do a lot, but you're only paying 180 points for it. So there are better options on some accounts, but why not use them in a battle soon? So that was the first spotlight. I hope you enjoyed it. And I think we will do the Sentry medium fighters next. So see you next time. Bye-bye.